of all, this is the 16th edition. What do you think about this edition's film? As you mentioned, it's more about the freedom, and art is above all. What is your opinion about this edition?
I think this edition is, I could say, much better than some years that we had before. And what makes me happy is that the level of the first movie is just incredible, that people start thinking in a special way. They bring the perception from the past. They don't go for the language which is language of commercials, and they go really with their perception of space, time, and everything that young people have to bring us. And it's like originality that we have to just conclude. If we continue like this, the cinema will be much richer and much better in the future.
Talking about being a richer cinema, of course, art is above all, but one of the words that was mentioned not only once, it was the need for funding. What is your advice for the young filmmakers, how they can find the necessary funding to fund their movies?
The most important thing is to have ideas and to bring your ideas to the stage, because otherwise you always find the money, you always find something, but you never, if you don't have a good idea, you don't have a good movie. Most of the movies are just proliferated today. You have so many films made on the planet. I remember when I was coming to the first festivals, I was chosen among 500-600. Today it's about 1,000 films that go to the festivals, and much more they go to the theater. So first is to have a strong piece in your hands, and then funding will come to you. If you just go for funding just because you want to make a movie, you have to understand that cinema is not an easy work. Today producers are more important than what are the directors, and in the case of cinema today you have producers who are just creating the ambience in which author is secondary. So be prepared for the fight in which without strong life idea there is no good movie.
The movies in the festival, as well as your movies, have a strong social and even political sense. What do you think is the role of the director in addressing those issues?
I'm confident that the idea of bringing the movie up to the stage and up to the screen is something that you have to open as a page for the audience, in which you synthesize most of the existential, social, historical and political problems. You don't need it to be historical, but you have to create a hero or anti-hero as somebody who is just ready to bring us the picture of the time that we live in. It was avoided by the entertainment, it was avoided by the time and by the people who just had a idea that movie is just to entertain people. And I think cinema is always much more important to go deeply into the human problem and human existence.
I'm not sure if you are familiar with the Romanian directors, the new waves. What do you think about the directors, and what is your message for the Romanian viewers about your movies and the new movies that are coming right now?
I must tell you, Romanian cinema is the best cinema in Balkan Peninsula. You have still authors who are not westernized, who are going for the original ideas, and Romanian film is just for the last 10-15 years very powerful, and I just wished, and I could send them a message if they hear me, to continue being original, to continue being Romanian in the world in which you cannot live in Romania trying to be English. You have to be just deeply rooted into your social problems, which is the case, and that's why I'm saying that you have the best cinema on Balkan.
And lastly, a message for the young generation of filmmakers.
Just go for freedom, identified with a piece of art that you bring to the humanity.